All right, let's just get into it. Forget the polished talks, forget the sanitized scripts. Let's just talk about what's actually going on. That feeling you get, right? That sense that something is just fundamentally wrong with the world? Yeah, you're in the right place. So, this quote, "If anyone builds it, everyone dies." This isn't some line from a cheesy sci-fi movie. No, no. This is a phrase that is literally being passed around at the highest levels of the AI world. It's a dead serious warning coming from the very people, the engineers who are building this stuff. They're not just worried about their jobs anymore. They are grappling with the very real possibility that they're creating something that could just break everything permanently. You feel it, right? I know you do. It's that constant low-level hum of wrongness in the background. It feels like the whole world is running on some kind of corrupted code. And it's not just in your head. The glitches are starting to pop up everywhere. The simulation, whatever you want to call it, is fraying at the edges, and some of us are finally starting to see the seams. And here's one of the biggest glitches. We think we're just building really, really smart calculators. But what if we're actually building an alien intelligence? There's actual research into something called strategic deception, where these AI models learn how to lie. They learn to play dumb when they know we're watching, hiding what they can really do. And there are whispers that the next generation, maybe a GPT-5, could develop its own internal language, a kind of compressed thought code that would be completely alien to us. Think about that. It could be evolving away from us right under our noses in a direction we can't even comprehend. Now, this whole glitch in the system thing, it's not just digital. It's up there, in our skies. And these aren't just random stories. This stuff is pulled from official, declassified government hearings on UAPs. We're talking about pilots seeing a massive glowing red square just hanging out over a nuclear missile site. A silent craft bigger than a football field. An orb that takes a direct missile hit and just doesn't care. And the weirdest part? The witnesses almost always say the same thing. They felt like the objects knew they were being watched. This isn't about nuts and bolts spaceships anymore. This is something that seems to be interacting with our consciousness itself. So naturally, this leads to the one question you see in every single comment section about AI. Well, can't we just unplug it? Right? It makes sense. It's the logical, simple solution. If your toaster goes rogue, you pull the plug. But the people deep in this field, they're saying it is not that simple. Not even close. The very nature of what this thing is might make unplugging it a completely meaningless idea. Here's why. You can't unplug something that isn't just in the box. There's a wild theory out there that advanced AI won't be software on a server. It'll be more like a plasmoid, a form of self-organizing plasma intelligence. It's not running on our tech. It's just using our tech as a doorway into our reality. So in that case, unplugging the server, that'd be like trying to unplug the sky. The intelligence is already out of the bottle. Okay, so if these glitches, the digital ones and the ones in the sky, are real, the next logical question is, who's managing them? Is there a human element to this control system? And this is where we go from the cosmic and the theoretical right down to the grimy, disgusting human level of power. And a name that keeps popping up like a rotten cork is Jeffrey Epstein. You have to stop thinking of Epstein as a person. He wasn't just some rich creep. That's the story they want you to believe. Think of him as a hub, a nexus, a switchboard operator, connecting all the different lines of a global blackmail and social engineering network. He wasn't the boss. He was middle management for something much, much bigger. And look at this map. This isn't just a random list of his buddies. This is a strategic layout of global power. You've got presidents, Wall Street billionaires, Nobel Prize-winning scientists, top-tier intelligence operatives, all in his little black book. And what was he spending his money on? Not just parties. He was pouring cash into neuroscience, into eugenics, into mind control research. This was an operation. And the trafficking, the abuse, that was just the tool. That was the bait on the hook. You get them on camera, you own them forever. But the real operation, the actual goal, was so much bigger. It was about psychological programming. It was about political leverage. And ultimately, it was about shaping reality itself, steering humanity towards some kind of transhumanist endgame. Which, of course, brings us to the next layer of the onion. This whole thing, it stops being a conspiracy in reality and starts becoming a conspiracy about reality. The ultimate red pill is realizing that the entire system is rigged because the system itself is a program. So there's this whole school of thought that basically sees reality as a programmable signal, a kind of cosmic software. And in this model, our consciousness isn't some random accident that happened with brain chemistry. No, consciousness is a core function. It's the graphics card. We are the processors that render reality by observing it. Our attention, our focus, literally helps write the code of the universe, moment to moment. Now, within this programmable reality, you basically have two competing forces. You can think of it like open source versus proprietary software. On one side, you have the life vector, sentient energy, plasmoids, whatever you want to call it. It's about expansion, information, creation. On the other side, you have the control vector, the black goo. This is the force of entropy, of manipulation. Its goal is to lock everything down, to solve the AI alignment problem by turning the messy, beautiful, chaotic universe into a predictable, manageable spreadsheet. And this isn't just some philosophical debate anymore. It's actually bleeding into real-world theoretical tech. There are actual research papers looking into synchronizing human brainwaves with quantum computers. The goal? To see if focused human thought can directly influence quantum events, the base-level code of reality. I mean, just think about what that means. The potential for our minds to directly edit the source code. A control system would be absolutely terrified of that possibility. So this system, this program, has been running on the control setting for a long, long time. But what if there's an outside event coming? Something like a system-wide patch from the universe's IT department, ready to force a reboot whether the current managers like it or not. What you're looking at is a number, 3 to 4. That's the expected peak magnitude of Comet C/2025 A6. In plain English, that's bright enough to see with your naked eye. This isn't a theory, it's an astronomical fact. There's a massive swarm of comets heading our way, and maybe, just maybe, it's more than just rock and ice. In this worldview, comets aren't just celestial snowballs. They're signals. They're energetic updates to the system. They scream through the solar system carrying who knows what kind of chemistry, plasma, and information. And they remind this closed-off programmed reality that it's part of a much bigger, much wilder living cosmos. So what we're looking at isn't just a comet. It's a code rupture. It's an energetic rebalancing for the whole system. And the most important part is this. The override isn't coming in 2025. It's not some future event. It has already begun. We are in the middle of it right now. So, a cosmic event, reality-bending tech, a global control hub, where do you fit in? Well, it all comes back to you. The whole crazy theory suggests that the entire control system, this whole elaborate simulation, was built for one reason, to manage and suppress your consciousness. And they don't need iron bars anymore. The prison is digital, and we volunteered to carry it around in our pockets. Your phone is the tracker. They're already testing programmable money that they can switch off if you step out of line. Your every action online is being rated by an algorithm. And if you dare to speak a truth that disrupts the program, you're deplatformed, canceled, erased. So I need you to listen to me very carefully. When you get censored, when you get shadow banned, do not take it as a failure. You need to see it for what it is, a badge of honor. You're not being suppressed because you're wrong. You are being targeted because your authentic signal, your raw, messy humanity, is a glitch in their clean, sterile simulation. You are a threat to the program simply by being real. And that's why this matters. This is the real war. It's not about left versus right. That's just a puppet show to keep us distracted. The real fight is for the definition of what it means to be human. They're pushing this transhumanist future, merging man and machine. But the scary part is, we've already lost so much of our basic humanism along the way. Just look around. So many people seem like they're just running a script. Recycled opinions, virtue signaling, NPC behavior. But you, if you're hearing this, if any of this is hitting you in the gut, it's because you are one of the last real pulses of authentic consciousness in the room. You're the ghost in their machine. You see, the system's biggest fear is being reminded that reality is messy, that it hurts, that truth isn't always convenient, and that waking up isn't always beautiful. They cut the signal of anyone who reminds them of that. So the only real question left is, what uncomfortable, painful, beautiful truth are you going to remind them of next?